My name is Eric Flatness, and this is Mini Metro. As you can see here, it's a web-based title. I'm just going to jump right in here. So, these shapes might look familiar to anybody who has been to London and been to the subway system. That's because the design of this title is directly taken from those London subway systems. The maps are iconic, they're simple design, and are well known throughout the world. They've inspired many other similar transit maps around the world. And you can see here I've got three shapes. I'm going to pause it here real quick to demonstrate. You got your square, little map, got a circle here, and a triangle as well. And while it's pausing, go ahead and connect these as well. These represent different locations in the city. The square is kind of a commercial, like the business district. The circles are residential, and triangles are like shopping and restaurants and what have you. And these shapes next to the triangles represent riders who are waiting for a train to pick them up. And, go ahead and play again here, and as you can see, the rider got on the train and is now being taken to another station. And the goal is to keep on making it so that these riders can continue to get to their destination without much of a fuss, which, as you might imagine, is easier said than done. Let me pause it here for a second again. So these are but a fraction of the different types of shapes that can appear, and as we keep on playing, we're going to see more and more of them. We're going to have plus signs and trapezoids. So it seems like it's just running pretty smoothly for now, and I've got another train in the bag that I can still use if I need to later on. But for now, everything seems to be running just fine. I've got to watch out though, because when you're crossing these rivers, you need to use up one of your tunnels. And as you can see here, I've only got one tunnel left. You've got a limited number of lines and a limited number of tunnels. But each week, you're allowed to essentially buy an upgrade. And that might include an extra line, or it might include an extra tunnel. It might include an extra train so you can get faster service on these lines there. And I've got another circle, which is a pain in the butt. But what I can do is redo this line, which would be completely cost prohibitive in real life. Just take the whole track and move it so that spot is covered. And here we go. These are my upgrades right here that I can choose from right now. We've got the double track, we've got carriages, and we've got station upgrades. Now, station upgrades will allow a lot more people to be waiting at all these stations. And as you'll see later, if these stations get too full, that's how you lose the game. It starts shaking, all the riders start shaking. For what reason, I'm not really sure. You have to pee really bad, they've got to get to their destination, something's going on there. But, so those station upgrades, there's carriages, which would make it so that one of these trains has two carriages instead of just one. And you can also have a double track, which will have two trains going separately from each other. And right now, I'm not sure which one I want, but I think I'll go with the carriages for now. Now, you've got to build around these square destinations because these are the most unusual, the hardest ones to keep track of. As you can see, I've got several triangles, and I just got a plus sign, which I assume is a hospital. I think that's a fair assumption to make. But there's only one square, and there's always people who want to get the squares. Now, this is going to be a little complicated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this all the way over here, and then eliminate the yellow line. It should keep rider times relatively low. It also keeps all the lines connected to the square. And lo and behold, I've got another one now, which is great news, because it means I don't have to be beholden to that one square anymore. But as you can see here now, I don't have any more tunnels to use, no more free tunnels. So I have to plan around that. And that means I'm going to do this. In fact, I'm going to pause right now and totally redo my whole setup. Oh look, I'm just taking out all of these tracks. Oh my goodness, this project is costing billions of dollars. The taxpayers are angry. And voila. And then so I can do this red track here. I'm going to make that a south of the river only situation. And the yellow line to here. And we're good to go. Now, one of the big strategies to keep in mind is, for especially these basic square, circle, triangle shapes, you want to make sure that you have one of each of those on every line if you can, because the more passengers you've got transferring, the more full stations you've got, and that always causes problems. Now, this is a tough situation here right now with this circle, because pulling this one up here is going to create this unnecessary timing situation. You've got a train going south and then back north. Adds a lot of time to the route. And usually I wouldn't want to do that, but I'm hoping that I can last until the end of Sunday and get another track. If I can do that, then I should be golden. But man, these stations are filling up fast, and I've got another one here that I need to deal with. I might just try to wait it out. A little bit longer here. It's going to start giving me grief here in a second. It's going to give me a red exclamation point, like a Metal Gear Solid character. Okay, and now I can open my new one, which is perfect timing. I'm going to pause again. Let's see how I want to do this. Should loop the red one around and connect. But for now, I'm just going to do it very easy. Connect these. About this right here. And I just said that you usually want each of these to have a square in it, but we've got this situation where we've got a lot of people who want to get to the hospital. This is a tough situation. I don't think I can rely on my yellow line much longer to service those people. What to do? Well, if I connect this one here, maybe shorten this and across there. It's inefficient because you're not even really crossing the river, but I think I'm going to do it. And wait for a second and pause again and draw out the line. And like I said earlier, you want to avoid unnecessary backtracking, so I've managed to get that. Oh, and of course, the next new shape really makes things hard. I'll have to redo things again. That's a special shape. I can't wait much longer to get it out in service. So I'm going to move that one like this. It's going to be some weird shapes going on here. This is, I'm hoping that things even out a little bit later because this game is really giving me a hard time. So, I'm going to let things play a little bit longer here. And typically a game lasts for about 15 minutes. Oh boy, and you might have seen there that the shapes here started to shake, which means that this station is getting a lot of passengers that aren't being served in a timely manner. So I might just have to hope to survive here a little bit longer again. Take another one. This is really an unusually difficult situation that I found myself in. That was ugly. Anyway, so we've got this map going on, and there's some real life. Oh boy, that is a big problem. We've got some real life applications. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it here so I can talk about kind of what goes into, making a map like this in real life. How they decide where they're gonna put lines. The people who made this game, their stated goal was to make a game about the complications of smart city planning. In a perfect city, residential districts would be spread out evenly. You'd have your commercial districts and your industrial zones. They'd be spread out, but they'd be evenly, so you could get people here and there without much backtracking. It'd be efficient, getting from place to place. But as we can see here, it is just not that easy in real life, especially when these, like for example, the Seattle light rails train. It's just not that easy. They've got residential, and then big commercial district. So this game clearly lays out just how difficult that is to make things easy for people to get exactly where they want to go. Everyone's got their different places that they're going. It's just not always convenient for everybody. It hasn't taken long for me to get an eclectic hodgepodge of stations to try to manage. I mean, it's been almost 2 weeks and my network is unrecognizable. We've got 6 there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 stations. 2 weeks. I mean, that kind of growth is unsustainable. Unless you guys certain, pay raise coming pretty soon. And it also talks about how you have to manage getting across waterways and other obstacles. And this is still an alpha version. There could be a lot more, in the way of features coming. It could make you work around freeways in the future. It's hard to say. But, the shapes that they use in here, we've talked about this in our class. These shapes all mean things. And like I said, the hospital is pretty easy to pick out here. That symbol is a universal symbol for healthcare, and so, and the circles and the triangles may not be as obvious in their meaning right away, but as you play the game more, and creators have confirmed that they do have some meaning. But with a game like this, it's really surprising at how such a simple interface. It's not realistic at all. It's not like Call of Duty. It's not The Last of Us, and yet the simple interface can still draw a player in and make them feel like they're really doing this. And that might be because of the London visual aesthetic, and the drawing from a certain culture, but the creators really managed to find a way to suck the player in and make them feel like they're a part of the situation. Now, I've gone on some forums that talk about this game, and I've read some things that say that the game plays on ideas of gentrification. And we haven't seen it yet in this particular game. I'm going to play it again a little bit. But occasionally, the shapes will change. And you have to kind of look out closely for it. Like, for example, this circle here will turn into like a trapezoid. And it's hard to say what exactly that means. It could mean that it's turned into a more wealthy area, for example. and that has real life, situations and consequences that go, oh, here this station is full, and that's a big problem. Might not be able to go much longer in this game. We'll see. Like I was saying, areas change based on, ooh, look at that. Station is just barely clinging alive. I'm about to get a new train, it looks like, in just a few minutes. I might just survive for now. So, yeah, I mean, it's a surprisingly in-depth game for how simple it looks on the surface. Now, it seems like it would be common sense to go with station upgrades that can increase capacity, but I found that if stations are at capacity now, they're going to continue at capacity later. So what I'm going to do is add another line. Most of these people seem to want to get to the square, so for now, that's exactly what I'm going to give them. Nice and easy. Oh, and right down here, I don't know if you saw it, but this shape just changed a second ago. It was a circle, I believe, and now it is different. That could mean that it's now a more wealthy area. I guess which would be referenced by the pointing up. So, you could say that's a great example of how gentrification happens in real life and how demographics change over time in the city. So, I have served 326 riders now, which is, it's not bad. So, got 2 office districts, but looks like people are getting a little antsy. I'm about to lose this game. Now my resources are stretched to the max, and there's too many people riding. So I'm gonna let this just ride out here, and as soon as I lose, I'll sign off. It takes 2 more people on this train, in this station right here. Unless this train gets here first. I'm not gonna let that happen. Okay, 1 more person. Oh, okay, there we go. So I delivered 397 people safely, and that's Mini Metro for you. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you.